Hi there, it's Jeff and welcome to my channel. Just a quick video today on these aluminium router plates. They're cheap enough online and you can mount them to a table or to your bench actually and screw them down. I'm going to review these things and just show you what you can and can't do with it. The good thing about these things, your normal palm routers, the portal ones will screw up to it. The other good thing about it is that these height adjusters, adjustable height adjusters that you can adapt with your router onto the plate, they have provisions, or the screw holes that mount straight up, so that's handy. So we'll go through this thing and I'll show you what it can and can't do, and let's test it out, eh? Okay, firstly, let's have a look at what you actually get in the box with one of these, besides the aluminium plate. The plate comes in there. So you do have a little fence. It's with some washers. So I take it this fence, it's got little lugs here with wing nuts. That's going to slide on here, in and out if you did want to use it as a little router table on your bench. Looks pretty sturdy. It looks like you can connect a vacuum to the back of it, which could be handy if you, and you can move it forward and back. So yeah, that's not too bad, but you're limited to the length of that thing, which isn't very long. You've also got a little T-square that slides in. It's like a little dovetail slot there underneath, or T-track. So very small though. You're talking about little pieces by hand, which can be dangerous, next to the router, but it is there. Me personally, I think I would be using this little plate just to do little roundovers or a little rebate or something. But nothing too big. I'd use my dedicated router table for that, which you can see in another video if you're interested in making one of those. But I initially bought this thing thinking that maybe I might be able to upgrade that router table and recess this nice aluminium plate on a new bench, but I'll explain to you why I can't do that later. So, but for now, let's mount the height adjuster. Let's mount that underneath. We'll put a router underneath it and let's see what we can do with it. Okay, mounting the plate onto the adjustable height bracket. All the holes line up exactly. So it's just a matter of just start a few screws. Just start them all first. So you can see that there all lines up perfectly, and you've got the adjustment there for the wind up of the height adjuster. Next thing now is we'll fit the router. You'll have to check we'll check online on the manufacturer's sites what actual routers fit inside that height adjuster, but I've had no problems with this Makita one. And then the other things you got too are these little inserts here for the center of the plate. So it depending on what router bit you got in there, you got little inserts there. So these are kind of handy. I guess you could always 3D print these as well if you really wanted to different diameters of your router bits, but that's cool. All right, so let's mount the router into there, onto the height adjuster, and we'll go for the next step. All mounted up. One thing to note, one thing I did do to this height adjuster, and you may have seen it if you have watched my router table build when I have used this, is I've put a little lock nut here on that height adjuster, and it just stops the whole mechanism from even thinking about moving while you've got it set on precise height that you want for your job. So good thing to know, it's just an M6 nut. Yeah, top tip, just put a little lock nut there on that height adjuster shaft. Okay, I've got my router mounted onto the router plate. Got the height adjuster in there as well, so that the router is mounted into the height adjuster, then that's mounted on the plate. You can see you get a little winder when you do have those height adjusters, and you can move the router bit up and down to suit. Put your little insert in there as well. Now, if you did want to use the little guide, the fence, that could be a little issue. The only little issue I see here is with the height winder, and this is why I won't convert this to my router table that I was thinking about doing because of this concept. So the way that they've done this, the height adjustment here, is on the side where you need to run your fence. Okay, so it's right in the middle there. So it's kind of not going to work unless you adjust your height exactly how you want it, then bolt your fence on. I mean, that could probably work, I suppose, but it's a little bit fiddly. Sometimes you want to do both, but it's one or the other. You've probably got to adjust your fence and the height of your router bit separately to suit. So I'd probably, like I said, adjust the height of your router first, the router bit sticking up, the depth of it, and then put your fence on. And if you wanted to use your fence, yeah, use that. Given the fact, just be careful because it's not very long, and there is a fair bit of a gap there in the middle, but that can be adjusted in and out, I think, a little bit, but not much. So the fence isn't very long. So if you're running long pieces, I mean, it's not really ideal on this little thing. It's just for small stuff. So yeah, that's how that goes. Okay, I've set it up with the fence here that's provided. Like I said, it's only small, but anyway, just for the purpose of this demonstration, I've tried to hook up my Festool vac, and the nozzle doesn't fit inside that, which I've just put some tape around this just for a temporary thing. But for me, I would probably 3D print an adapter for that because I have a 3D printer, but just for now, for this demonstration, I just put a bit of tape on that. So that's ready to go. I'm going to get some vacuum the dust from that. If you don't, it's going to make a lot of mess, and I hate that. So hooking up the vacuum is probably a good idea. Although if you are just doing without the fence, it's probably going to be a little bit hard to do anything like that with these little plates. So if you're using a fence, yes, use the vacuum port provided. And we'll test it out on a piece of MDF, and we'll just do a little rebate in it. Let's see what it does. Okay, that performed pretty good. That rebate turned out nice and neat and tidy with that little cut. Next thing I'll do is I'll remove this this router bit for the rebate, and I'll just put a little round over or something like that, and we'll just round over a piece and test it out without a fence as well. Well, there it is. What did you think? Me personally, it's not bad for what it is and what you pay for it. For doing small stuff, it's ideal, just doing little roundovers and tiny rebates and stuff. I wouldn't be doing big, huge pieces with it because it's only small. My intention was to use this plate into a router table, but given the design of it and the features, you know, with the holes, especially with the wind-up mechanism that I want to use, it's not going to work like that. So as you can see, it's a great alternative to just screw to your workbench, just as a temporary measure. For that idea, it's good. The little T-square's only, you know, I wouldn't say it's very robust or anything, but you know, it might get you out of trouble. And the only other thing I would really strongly advise is to use, to get yourself a little height adjustable height mechanism for it. I can leave links for it if you like, but I use this on my dedicated router table as well that I've specially built, which you'll leave links for as well. But yeah, for what it is, it's pretty good, especially if you don't want the hassle of making a dedicated router table. But for those of you that want to go a bit beyond this, yeah, by all means, build yourself a router table. I do have links for that. I have built that before and incorporated that, like I said, this height adjuster. So, well, that just about wraps up this video for today, and I hope you enjoyed it, or if you are looking for something like this, you know, that helps you. If you did like it, thumbs up. Share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you're up to date with all the videos that I do bring out. And hopefully, I'll see you in one of my next ones.